Alright folks, today we are going to do a build video. Looking to do a Meteor 75 Pro build with a Matrix firm flight controller. I'd like to thank Ellie from Beta FPV for sending over the motors and flight controller and frame to do this build. I had to repurpose a canopy and camera of my own using the CO3. So let's pull out the parts here and take a look and see what we got. It should be a relatively easy build because the Matrix 1S flight controller with built-in ELRS serial protocol has everything all done up already. So unlike the brushless air, it did not have any motor plugs to plug into, so this already has them. That should be easy. Antennas here. So let's set this aside. Comes with the USB-C plug so that you can make changes to the firmware. I will be reflashing this to Quicksilver because that is my jam. Alright, put that aside. And then black frame. Black frame. Excuse the mess. Yes, I know it's very messy here. Flight controller screws. I'll repurpose that from the canopy here. And then also 1102 22,000 kV motors. These are very nice to fly on 1S. So put those aside. Screws. Remaining motors. So as I go through the build, I'll talk a little bit about what I expect this build to fly like. I had the Meteor 75 Pro, the previous year version, and that flew very well. And I did rebuild that with the brushless air version of this flight controller, and it was very nice to fly. Let's see, did it come with grommets? It should. Buried in the bottom of the box. Nice. White rubber grommets. I don't think I'll need these screws. Put that aside. I will need these grommets though. So let's get this squeezed into the flight controller. Usually two ways of doing this. Well, the easiest way is not using the tweezers, to be honest. It's actually to use floss to pull them through. If we have time, I will. Maybe I will. That's what video editing is for. This may honestly be the hardest part of the build, getting the grommets in here. Okay, that's how I do with the tweezer. Alright, I will grab some floss and do it the other way. Back to tweezers. Hilarious. In the end, I still ended up using the tweezer method. Okay, one more. I mean, with the release of the Matrix 1S flight controller, I think they are aiming for the new pilots looking for a more durable build. And it's nice because this Matrix flight controller is quite thick PCB wise. Like I said before, everything is all already pre-soldered or assembled. Okay, wire that through. I really do like, may have mentioned before, these 180-degree BT 2.0 pigtails. It has more than a few times, or pretty much I have not broken a pigtail or battery since they've released this, which is nice. Like when I Matty flip with the battery sticking in the back, it'll crash like that. And if it was a normal pigtail, it would definitely damage the LiPo that was plugged in. Okay, so that's done. Let's get the motors in. Let's get motor batteries, or not the motor batteries, motor screws. Where are they? Yep. Guess I'll put here. And then, if we have time, I will show you how I do the programming. Or that might be just another video. Please be cautious that the screw is not pushing up on the PCB of the motors, the motor wires. That can happen. Has happened. I think I had broke one. If it's too long, then just use another screw. Just, it's not worth it. Not worth trying to get the fit. I think this one might be good. I'll just two for now. Right, motor number 2. If you're very keen on saving some weight, you could always use 2 motor screws to secure the motors, but for a build somewhat this big, it's not really worth, I guess, that few milligrams of weight saved. Okay. last but not least, the last motor. And we'll deal with the rest later. Curl this up. You want the antenna to be straight as possible too, but you can always push it up like this too, I guess. Back. Actually, first we'll plug it in. Gosh. That. Curl the LRS antenna up. Route the VTX antenna to the back. Make sure wires are clear. And then I need a screw for the front. I guess I might have to open up that pack. So, yep, gotta open up the pack. Just one. That would be for the front. Don't over tighten. You need the grommet to do its thing and dampen the vibrations to the flight controller. Same thing for the remainder. That coming together pretty good. Let's plug these motors in. You can, if you want, wrap them around the frame, but I don't need to. There's enough slack on here. I doubt it's gonna get pulled out. You can always tuck it in. Click. 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 and click. I guess it really doesn't matter which order these motors are. You can always use Betaflight or Quicksilver to reprogram which direction they spin. I prefer props out. It's just something I'm used to. And it's almost pretty much done. Might as well just fill out the rest of the antenna holes. Let's speed this up a bit. Right, props. GIM fan, 45 millimeter 3-bladed props. One thing to note, I pre-prep these pre-drill them because I find them way too tight out of the bag. So I'll take a 1.5 millimeter drill bit and just drill through. This makes it relatively easy to go in and doesn't break a finger if you need to pull it out. So snug. And I drill them all the way down so that they don't like float. I hate that. Like this. Not my favorite. All the way down. All the way down. Oh, need one more. And it is complete. There we have it. Let's plug a LiPo in and see if we get anything. So let's get this there. See if we get any smoke. Hopefully not. VTX is plugged in, antenna is plugged in. Should be able to plug this in. Oh, we have tone. You know, one thing I like about this is an old Yishin box goggle that I converted to a monitor. It has a scan feature. And there we go. Mind the mess.